Tammy Slaton responds to fans' concerns as the 1,000-pound Sisters star shares video update with Fiancée. Are you okay? Hello viewers. Welcome back to my channel. For 1000 lb Sister latest news update, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. It's no secret that Tammy Slaton has lived much of her life in the public eye. As one half of the TLC reality sensation 1,000-pound Sisters, Tammy's journey from the depths of obesity-related health crises to the triumphant milestones of weight loss, love, and self-discovery has unfolded before millions. But with that spotlight comes a tidal wave of attention, speculation, and sometimes overwhelming concern. Recently, Tammy took to social media to address the flood of messages pouring in after she posted a casual, unscripted video update with her fiancé, Caleb Willingham. The caption? Simple. The reaction? Anything but. Are you okay? That's what fans kept asking over and over again in the comments, DMs, and across forums. And Tammy, never one to shy away from honesty, decided to answer them all. The video in question was nothing dramatic. Shot in the cozy living room of her Kentucky home, Tammy sat beside Caleb on the couch, both of them smiling, relaxed, wrapped in matching fleece blankets. Tammy wore her favorite oversized hoodie soft gray with a smiling cartoon sloth on the front, and Caleb, ever the supportive partner, had his arm casually draped over her shoulder. Behind them, the TV played a muted episode of The Office, and a half-eaten bowl of popcorn sat on the coffee table. Tammy spoke directly to the camera, her voice warm and familiar to fans who followed her since season 1. Hey y'all, just wanted to pop in and say hi. Been a minute, I know. Life's been well, life. But we're good. Really good. She didn't mention health setbacks. Didn't reference hospital visits. Didn't allude to any behind-the-scenes drama. And yet, within minutes of posting, the notifications began to flood in. Tammy, are you okay? You look tired. Please tell us you're eating right. Did something happen? You seem off. Is Caleb taking care of you? Why aren't you talking about your weight loss? The concern was genuine, born out of love, really. After all, Tammy's fans have watched her nearly die. They've seen her struggle to walk, to breathe, to find joy in a body that felt like a prison. They've celebrated with her as she underwent gastric sleeve surgery, lost hundreds of pounds, moved into her own home, adopted a dog, fell in love, got engaged, and slowly, sometimes painfully rebuilt her life. So when Tammy appears even slightly off, a little quieter, a little less energetic, a little more subdued, the alarm bells ring. In her follow-up post, Tammy didn't hold back. I saw all your messages, she began, seated alone this time, hair pulled back in a loose ponytail, no makeup, just Tammy being Tammy. And I want to say thank you. Seriously. I know you care. I know you're worried. And I get it. I do. You've been with me through the worst of it. You've seen me at my lowest. And now you're scared that I'm slipping back. She paused, took a deep breath, and smiled, that wide, genuine Tammy smile that fans have come to adore. But I'm not slipping. I promise. Tammy explained that the video with Caleb wasn't meant to be an update on her weight, her diet, or her health metrics. It wasn't a progress report. It was just a moment. A slice of normal life. Sometimes I just want to sit on the couch with my man, eat popcorn, laugh at Jim pranking Dwight, and not think about calories or steps or the scale. Is that so wrong? She laughed, but there was a tinge of vulnerability in her voice. Y'all act like if I'm not posting about my workout or my protein shake, something's wrong. But girl, I'm allowed to just be human, right? I'm allowed to have lazy Sundays. I'm allowed to wear sweatpants and not fix my hair. I'm allowed to just exist without it being a red flag. Tammy went on to address the specific concerns fans had raised. About her tired appearance, I didn't sleep great last night. My dog, Tater, decided 3 a.m. was the perfect time to bark at a leaf. Happens. She shrugged. I'm not sick. I'm not in pain. I'm just sleepy. Like any normal person who stayed up too late watching Netflix. About her diet? Yes, I ate popcorn. Yes, it had butter. No, I'm not falling off the wagon. She emphasized that her nutritionist and bariatric team have always encouraged balance, not perfection. One snack doesn't undo 2 years of hard work. And honestly, enjoying food, real food, fun food, is part of healing. I spent my whole life either binging or starving.
Now?
Now I get to choose. And sometimes I choose movie theater butter popcorn with my fiancé. And that's okay. She also touched on the pressure she feels not just from fans, but from herself to constantly be on. To always be losing, always be improving, always be inspiring. That I put so much pressure on myself to be this beacon of weight loss success, she admitted, her voice softening. Like if I have a bad day or eat something bad or skip the gym, I'm letting everybody down. But that's not fair.
To me.
Or to you. Tammy reminded her followers that recovery, whether from addiction, trauma, or obesity, isn't linear. It's messy. It's up and down. Some days I feel like a warrior. Other days I want to stay in bed and cry. And that's life. That's being human. Perhaps the most poignant part of Tammy's response was when she talked about Caleb and how their relationship has changed the way she sees herself. When I met Caleb, I was still figuring out who I was outside of being the big sister, or the sick one, or the one who needs help. He didn't fall in love with a number on a scale. He fell in love with me, goofy laugh, stubborn streak, love of Cheetos and true crime documentaries and all. She smiled, looking off camera for a moment as if remembering something sweet. He sees me, not the Tammy on TV, not the Tammy in the before pictures, just me. And that's been the biggest gift. Tammy admitted that early in their relationship, she struggled with guilt for taking up space, for needing help, for not being further along in her journey. I used to apologize for everything. For needing him to grab something off a high shelf. For taking longer to walk somewhere. For eating too much. He finally sat me down and said, "Tammy, stop. I'm here because I want to be, not because I have to be." That conversation, she said, changed everything. Love shouldn't come with conditions. And healing shouldn't either. I'm learning to give myself grace. To celebrate the small wins. To rest when I need to say no when I'm overwhelmed. And to let people love me even on the days when I don't feel worthy of it. Tammy also addressed the elephant in the room, the camera. People forget that even though I'm on TV, I'm not performing 24/7, she said. That video with Caleb? That wasn't for the show. That wasn't for ratings. That was for me. For us. A little moment of peace in a world that's always asking for more. She acknowledged that reality TV blurs the line between public and private, that fans feel like they know her, and in many ways, they do. But she also gently reminded them that she's still entitled to boundaries. You don't have to know every detail of my day to care about me, she said softly. And I don't have to perform wellness for you to prove I'm okay. Tammy ended her message with gratitude and a challenge. Thank you for caring. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for celebrating my wins and crying with me during my lows. But I need you to trust me. Trust that I'm listening to my body. Trust that I have an amazing medical team. Trust that Caleb and my family are watching out for me. And trust that if something was really wrong, I'd tell you. She leaned closer to the camera, her eyes glistening. And while you're worrying about me, check in with yourself. Are you okay? Are you resting? Are you eating? Are you giving yourself grace? Because you deserve it too. The response to Tammy's message was immediate and overwhelmingly positive. Fans flooded the comments with heart emojis, apologies, and messages of support. I'm so sorry for assuming the worst. You're right, you deserve to just be. Thank you for reminding us that healing isn't perfect. You and Caleb are goals. So happy for you both. I needed to hear, are you okay today? Thank you, Tammy. Even her sister, Amy Slaton Halterman, chimed in. Proud of you, sis. You're doing amazing. And yes, popcorn nights are sacred, and I end the days that followed. Tammy posted more casually a photo of her and Caleb walking Tater in the park, a selfie with her morning protein shake. Yes, I'm still drinking these. A goofy video of her attempting and failing to assemble IKEA furniture. Each post carried the same underlying message. I'm here. I'm human. I'm healing. And that's enough. What Tammy's recent update and her heartfelt response to fan concern reveals is something deeper than weight loss or reality TV drama. It's about the weight of expectation. the pressure to perform recovery. The assumption that someone's worth or wellness can be measured by their productivity, their appearance, or their consistency. Tammy Slaton is more than a before and after story. She's more than a statistic. She's more than a TV personality. She's a woman learning in real time, in public, how to love herself, how to accept love from others, and how to navigate a world that often reduces complex human beings to simple narratives. Her journey isn't about reaching a certain number on the scale. It's about reclaiming her autonomy. It's about finding joy in the mundane. It's about sitting on a couch with the person she loves, eating popcorn, laughing at a TV show, and not apologizing for it. And if that's not a victory, what is? Tammy's story resonates because it's real. It's messy. It's imperfect. And that's what makes it powerful. In a culture obsessed with transformation, with glow-ups and redemption arcs and 10-step plans to fix your life, Tammy is quietly, stubbornly, beautifully refusing to be reduced to a storyline. She's not here to be your inspiration porn. She's not here to be your cautionary tale. She's here to live on her own terms, and sometimes living looks like a hospital bed. Sometimes it looks like a gym selfie. And sometimes it looks like a cozy night in with your fiancé, a bowl of buttery popcorn, and zero apologies. To the fans who asked, "Are you okay?" Tammy's answer is clear. I am. And I'm learning that okay doesn't have to mean perfect. It just means I'm here. I'm trying. I'm loved. And that's more than enough. Maybe the real lesson here isn't about weight loss or diet plans or workout routines. Maybe it's about compassion for others and for ourselves. Maybe it's about letting people just be. Maybe it's about understanding that healing doesn't always look like progress. Sometimes it looks like rest, like laughter, like love. And maybe, just maybe, Tammy Slaton is teaching us all how to do it. Point one: unscripted, imperfect, beautiful moment at a time. As Tammy herself might say, y'all worry too much. Go eat some popcorn. Call someone you love. And for heaven's sake, give yourself a break. Because if Tammy, who's been through hell and back, can give herself grace, so can you. And that, perhaps, is the most important update of all. Tammy Slaton responds after fans raise concern over facial bruising, a story of strength, scrutiny, and self-worth. In the ever-unfolding narrative of reality television, where vulnerability is both currency and consequence, few stars have captured the public's heart and concern quite like Tammy Slaton. Known to millions as one half of the TLC hit 1,000-Pound Sisters, Tammy's journey from rural Kentucky to national spotlight has been anything but linear. It's been messy, triumphant, heartbreaking, and inspiring, often all within the same episode. So when fans recently noticed what appeared to be facial bruising in Tammy's social media posts and expressed alarm across comment sections and forums, the response wasn't just a celebrity PR statement. It was something deeper, a moment of reckoning, reflection, and resilience. Tammy didn't respond immediately. That in itself was telling. In a world where influencers rush to clarify, defend, or monetize every moment of controversy, Tammy's silence felt intentional, weighty. When she finally did speak, not through a press release or a polished Instagram caption, but in a raw, unfiltered video posted to her YouTube channel, what followed wasn't damage control. It was truth-telling. "I see y'all," she began, seated in her living room, no makeup, hair pulled back, wearing a soft gray hoodie. "I see the comments. I see the DMs. I see the worry. And I want y'all to know I'm okay." Those 5 words, "I'm okay," carried the weight of 1,000 explanations. But Tammy didn't stop there. She never does. "It ain't what you think," she continued, her voice calm but firm. "I didn't get hurt by nobody. Ain't no drama like that going on in my life. I promise you that." She paused, took a slow breath, the kind that says, "I'm gathering myself because what I'm about to say matters. This bruise, it's for me. From moving around my house. From trying to do too much too fast. From forgetting sometimes that my body's still healing, still changing, still learning how to be in this new skin." What Tammy was referring to wasn't violence, it was vulnerability. The bruising, she explained, came from a simple, everyday accident, bumping into a cabinet while reaching for something in her kitchen. It was the kind of mishap anyone might have: a stubbed toe, A bumped elbow, but for Tammy, whose body is still adjusting after massive weight loss and multiple surgeries, even minor collisions can leave visible marks. "I'm not made of glass," she said with a small, tired smile. "But I ain't made of steel either. And sometimes y'all forget that." Her words struck a chord not just with fans, but with anyone who's ever felt their body betray them, or who's ever been judged for how they look while trying to heal. Tammy's journey has never been about perfection. From the earliest episodes of 1,000-Pound Sisters, viewers watched as she and her sister Amy navigated the complexities of morbid obesity, family tension, mental health, and societal judgment. Tammy's decision to undergo gastric bypass surgery in 2020 was a turning point not just physically, but emotionally. Since then, she's lost well over 200 pounds, undergone skin removal surgeries, moved into her own home, adopted a dog, started a podcast, and become a beacon of hope for people struggling with their own weight and self-worth. But transformation isn't tidy. Healing isn't linear. And bodies, especially bodies that have carried hundreds of extra pounds for decades, don't magically become normal overnight. "I know y'all care," Tammy said, looking directly into the camera. "And I appreciate it. I really do. But sometimes the way folks show they care it hurts more than it helps." She recounted reading comments like, "Who did this to her? And this looks like abuse, well-intentioned, perhaps, but loaded with assumptions. People see a bruise on a fat girl and jump to the worst conclusion," she said. "But guess what? Fat girls get bruises too. Fat girls trip. Fat girls bump into stuff. Fat girls have clumsy days." We're human. Her candor was disarming. There was no defensiveness, no performative gratitude. Just honesty, the kind that cuts through noise and lands straight in the heart. Tammy also addressed the deeper issue beneath the bruise, the scrutiny she lives under. "Every pound I lose, every pound I gain, y'all notice. Every outfit I wear, every photo I post, y'all comment. Every bite I eat, every tear I cry, y'all analyze. I know I signed up for this when I said yes to the cameras. But some days, it's heavy." She didn't say this to guilt her fans. She said it to remind them, and perhaps herself, that behind the hashtags and headlines is a woman navigating immense change, often in real time, with millions watching. "I ain't a skin for pity," she clarified. "I'm a skin for patience, for grace, for the same kindness you'd give your best friend if she was having a rough day." Tammy's message resonated far beyond her fanbase. Body positivity advocates praised her for reframing the conversation around bodily autonomy and the right to exist, bruises and all, without explanation. Mental health professionals highlighted her words as a powerful example of setting boundaries with an audience that often feels entitled to every detail of a public figure's life. And everyday viewers, many of whom have never appeared on TV, saw themselves in her story. One fan tweeted, "Tammy just gave me permission to stop apologizing for my body's imperfections. Thank you for that." Another wrote, "She turned a bruise into a lesson on compassion. That's power." Even her sister Amy chimed in, posting a supportive message on Instagram. "My sister is strong, inside and out. Y'all don't know half of what she's been through, and she's still standing, still smiling, still fighting. I'm proud of you, Tammy." But perhaps the most poignant part of Tammy's response came near the end of her video, when she shifted from explaining the bruise to reflecting on her journey as a whole. "I used to think I had to be perfect to be loved," she admitted, voice softening. "Perfect weight, perfect skin, perfect smile, perfect life. But guess what? Perfect don't exist. And trying to be it damn near killed me." She spoke about the years she spent hiding behind food, behind closed doors, behind silence. "I thought if I made myself small enough, quiet enough, people would leave me alone. But all I did was disappear from my own life. Now," she said, she's learning to take up space physically, emotionally, spiritually. "I'm not hiding no more. Even when I'm bruised. Even when I'm tired. Even when I'm scared. I'm here. And I'm not going nowhere." Tammy's words weren't just a response to a bruise. They were a manifesto, a declaration of self-worth in a world that often measures value in pounds lost, likes earned, or appearances maintained. And she didn't stop there. In the days following her video, Tammy launched what she called the Bruise and Bloom Challenge on social media, encouraging followers to post photos of their own imperfections with a caption about what those marks represent. Scars from surgery, stretch marks from pregnancy, bruises from clumsiness, acne from stress. The response was overwhelming. Thousands of people, men, women, teens, seniors, shared their stories. A mother posted a photo of her C-section scar with the caption, "This bruise-turned-scar gave me my greatest joy." A teenager shared a photo of acne with, "This flaw is from surviving high school. I'm still here." A veteran posted a photo of a burn scar. "This mark is from saving lives. I wear it with pride." Tammy reposted dozens of them, writing, "Look at all this beauty, all this strength, all this life. Ain't none of it perfect. And that's what makes it so damn gorgeous." The movement went viral. Hashtag Bruise and Bloom trended for 3 days straight. News outlets picked it up. Therapists shared it with clients. Teachers used it in classrooms. What started as concern over a bruise became a global conversation about self-acceptance, resilience, and the radical act of showing up exactly as you are. Back in Kentucky, Tammy kept it simple. She posted a follow-up photo, same hoodie, same living room, but this time, she was smiling wider. The bruise was fading. So was the fear. "Progress ain't always pretty," she wrote in the caption, "but it's all